So Kyle, coffee with, we're here at Highfield Coffee Social. What's your order?
Today I have gone for a cappuccino. That's my usual order from coffee shops. If I was going to Starbucks or something, I'd probably get a flat white with one shot, but I like a good cappuccino.
Are you a coffee man?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I do like coffee.
Yeah?
Yeah, I enjoy coffee.
So we've got you after training. What would you typically be doing with your afternoon once you've been down at Cantley Park in the morning?
I'll go home, probably have a rest, maybe like a 20-30 minute nap, and then walk the dog, probably, and then might play a bit of my PlayStation, and then have some dinner. Pretty relaxed, really, chill out.
Yeah. How big a thing is that sleep element? I think it's probably something that's not touched on much in terms of footballers, but getting that sleep right.
Yeah, it is key, really, especially with the training, the games and stuff. Like we need our rest, and it's, to be fair, I don't think all lads do it, but I do like a little nap in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Makes you feel better, you know.
And that getting out and walking the dog, I suppose that's keeping you active a bit, but also time to clear your head.
Just a bit of time to myself, really.
Yeah.
You know, going for a nice walk, although it's getting cold now and it's dark, but yeah, it's good to have that, really.
What about a day off? You got a full day off to yourself. What would you do?
Might have a little lie-in, maybe an extra hour if I'm lucky. Probably, I think Joe's mentioned it anyway. We'll go if we can, you know, if we've not got a midweek game, go play a bit of paddle, you know, because we enjoy doing that. Get out of the house. I like to have a good tidy on a day off as well.
Like that. So, I want to say Joseph touched on doing a bit of tidying, but he said it wasn't something you like, but you actually...
I like tidying, I like the satisfaction of like when it's done. It looks good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll have a good tidy on my day off.
In terms of that paddle, how did you get into it in the first place? I know obviously it's massively and growing.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's what it was from, just social media. I've been seeing it on social media. Well, I was, and then I was like, I said to Joe, we should give it a go. It looks good, that. And we went and we enjoyed it. We haven't been in a while, to be fair, because the schedule has been hectic. But we will look to go again soon, hopefully, if we get the chance. But yeah, I just saw it through social media.
Is it tough to pick up, or had you played other kind of similar sort of?
Not really, you know. Well, I'm no expert, but I like to say we're pretty good at it. I'd say it's easy to pick up, but yeah, I'm no expert, so I don't really know. But I feel like we're good, so we can hit it back and forth to each other, so we'll take that.
You mentioned it's Joseph that you go with. How big has that kind of friendship that you two have had been during your time at Rovers, in terms of helping you probably both settle in, but you in particular?
Yeah, especially when I coming in. I think Joe had been here for maybe a season or two. It was really nice for me, you know. Obviously, we did live next to each other, so we saw each other a lot outside of football as well. And it's just helped me a lot, really. Obviously, he's switched on. No, so am I, but it's just good to be able to kind of have that support, really, with Joe. So yeah,
massive, incredibly calm person, and he's like that with.
Yeah, very calm, very organised. Yeah. Likes to take his time with things, but that's just him. And no, he's a good person, so it's been nice.
Has it been strange not living so close to him, you know, over these last few months? I know you see him all the time anyway.
Obviously not seeing him as much outside of football, but like I say, we go play paddle, you know, and he's not far away anyway, so yeah, he's probably glad to get away from me.
If we go back all the way to kind of you started your football journey, you're at MK Dons as a very, very young lad, but then you go to Birmingham, pre-academy, and that was a kind of, your family moved to Birmingham, part of the football.
Yeah. So it was because, so I went to Birmingham pre-academy, then after 3 or 4 years, till I was about 9, we was travelling from Milton Keynes to Birmingham, and it was like twice, sometimes 3 times a week on an evening. and it was a lot.
So it's not very close.
It's not close. It was a lot, you know, for my mum and dad to keep doing that. So obviously, like, grateful that they made a decision. We move up closer. So when I was about 9, we moved up. Obviously, it was a lot closer. I think it was only 20 minutes from the training ground, which saved a lot of time, you know, money, stuff like that. Which I'm very grateful for, because they did do it for football, really. Yeah.
So that's a massive show of faith in you from them at such a young age.
Yeah, I know. I like to think I'm repaying them.
Yeah.
But they never put pressure on me to repay them, if that makes sense. But yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So moving made it a lot easier. But obviously, not just me. Mum, dad. I've still got a brother and sister. New surroundings, new friends, new schools. All that comes with it as well. So very grateful for that.
That's kind of not that you may necessarily have not took it this way, but that's kind of a lot of pressure on you as well. In terms of you got to deal with all that as well as the football side.
100%. Because at the end of the day, I'm 9 years old.
Yeah.
Like, love playing football. Yeah. But I'm still 9 years old. Like, I've got school. I've got everything. All my friends. So yeah, it was. To be honest, it was easy for me because I just wanted to play football.
Yeah.
But obviously now, as I got older and stuff, I seen that they had sacrificed a lot for me, essentially. So yeah, like I say, I'm grateful for that.
Has that been not a motivation, but a driving force? You kind of want to repay them.
Yeah, 100%. And then I love playing football. All I want to do is play football. But yeah, you have that feeling of, I think you're gonna, aren't you? Like, I better make this work because we've sacrificed a lot, kind of thing. So yeah, it was a big decision. But like I said, I'd like to think it's paying off and hopefully continue to pay off.
They have been very supportive. I remember you kind of early days. I've seen them at FC United of Manchester for a friendly and stuff like that. We were very early stages and coming up and supporting you first season and coming and supporting you. Yeah, wherever you.
They come to a lot of games. I've got a good support. My missus, she comes to all the home games. She don't really like the away games, and she hasn't got to that bit yet. But I try and get her there, get her in the crowd, you know. But now, my missus, my family. Very supportive since they always have been, but especially coming, obviously it's a couple of hours away from home, sacrificing, you know, Saturdays and stuff. It's just nice. It's nice to see them there, you know, supporting me and stuff.
And your missus is up here now with you?
Yes, she is. She's up here now, which is really good for me. Yeah. It's just nice to have that someone, you know what I mean, to switch off. So yeah, I enjoy that. She's good. She's good.
Do you feel like you're still young? Do you feel more grown up now in terms of you've got that you're living?
100%. I think from especially moving from home. Like, obviously, I know lads do it from like scholar 16. Obviously, I was fortunate to be at home then at Birmingham during my scholar. But obviously, coming here, first time I ever moved away from home. You know, living in a hotel for 6 weeks while the club sort out a place for me. It was difficult, but I kind of enjoy it. Like, I like that time. I like that responsibility of like being a grown up. And I like my own space and stuff. So it was difficult, but I kind of enjoyed it, and it's nice. It's nice, really.
It was a big move for you at that point, and one that you were kind of chasing yourself, weren't you, in terms of trying to get out there and play football and establish yourself?
That's it. Yeah, I think I had 2 years left at my contract at Blues, but obviously I just wanted to play football, first team football. So I wanted to take that risk because I just wanted to play, and thankfully, obviously, I took that risk, and it worked. It's worked out for me really well, I'd say. But it's just about continuing on that path, really. But yeah, it was the right decision.
Yeah. Just before we go on your time at Doncaster, obviously you had Do you feel connected to Milton Keynes at all, or were you a bit young at that point, or are you more Birmingham? Not necessarily the club, but the area as well.
The area.
You know what I mean?
The area, yeah, I'd probably say more Birmingham. That's where, like, obviously, my friend. Well, to be fair, say that I've maybe got one or two that I still speak to from back down south, Milton Keynes. But obviously, the majority of my friends and stuff, and where I mostly grew up, was in Birmingham. So I'd probably have to say Birmingham.
Yeah. It's not a bad place, is it? Either,
no,
plenty going on.
Plenty going on. There's a lot going on. Yeah, so it is a good place.
Yeah. We're looking back on your time with Rovers. That first season, probably overall, it's not one that'll necessarily go down in many people's minds as a positive year. But for you, massive. How big was that one? In terms of not only playing the amount of games that you played, but the impact that you made and the form that you showed.
Massive. I was really pleased with that season, and coming here, I didn't expect that. Obviously, I earned my way into the team and staying in it. But yeah, it was on a personal, it was massive for me. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, even though I know as a team weren't the best, but on a...
Although probably for the beginning part, there was still that chance up until February.
We were flying. But obviously it didn't end as how we planned, unfortunately. But on a personal note, yeah, I really enjoyed that season. It was massive for my development and stuff. And I know, that was 2 seasons ago now. It's just about continuing it, trying to improve on that, you know. But yeah, that season changed a lot for me.
Yeah, it validated you kind of what you wanted to do and making that big step that you made from
100%. And that's what I mean. It was a risk, but it's like high risk, high reward, and that's how I saw it. So I want to play football. I'm going to make it work, and I felt like I did, and it paid off really. And it's just about, like I say, just continuing that development throughout my career.
Yeah. Did you learn a lot from the people that you worked under in that time as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I learned a lot in terms of what it's like to be in the first team, because I never really had that at Birmingham. I trained with the first team and stuff, but I never had that consistency day in, day out, being a first team player. Don't get me wrong, I already had good standards, discipline, I had all that. Growing up in an academy, you get that. So I had all that. But more so about just as a player, the out of possession, how important that is, because obviously my strength is in possession, just how important out of possession is. And also, to be fair, how important in possession is, the type of player I am, how I can affect the game. I learned a lot of things, which I'm grateful for, because that just made me into a better player.
How frustrating were it then last season not being able to fully kind of kick on from that, in terms of injuries that played the part in that and things like that? But you had such a good first season. Yeah. Just kind of struggled to get going.
Yeah, I just wanted to continue that momentum. Obviously, injuries happen in football. It was my first big injury that I've had.
And that's a learning process as well,
I suppose. Touch wood and not another one. But yeah, it was my first one, and that was a massive learning curve for me, to be honest, dealing with that. Because like I say, I come off the back of that season, just want to kick on again. And in football, you're always going to have these hurdles you got to get over. And that was a big one for me. And I took a lot away from that, how to more so manage my body. Because obviously I went from playing no first team games to 50 games, got through the season fine. And then obviously that happens. It's like, how do I manage my body going forwards? So I learned a lot in that respect. And just how to deal with the injury, how to keep smiling. Yeah. Because I'll be at the start, obviously I was devastated. I'm injured, so I didn't really know how to deal with it around the place. But as it got on, I got better and better, and I just couldn't wait to get back, really. And get myself back, impacting the team and helping the team out. So yeah, that was difficult.
Were the people around at that time who were helpful to you? I know there were a fair few injured last season, but were there anybody in particular that kind of pointed you in the right direction? Or
yeah, I remember there was a lot of the lads that were injured at the same that have had an injury before that helped me a lot. And then just my support network outside of football, like I said, to my family, my missus, because at home I would have been horrible to live with, I think, but they helped me a lot, got me through it, and it's just I'm just grateful they were there for me, kind of thing.
And a different sort of challenge for you this season's perhaps been the competition for places.
Yes.
And that's been the big thing in terms of that fantastic pre-season, start of the season, and then in and out, but obviously on a good run at the moment. But that's something new for you to deal with.
100%. Yeah. Like I say, the competition's really good, and I always say it's healthy because it is. Yeah. It is for the lads, and we're all a good group. We all understand. We all want the best for each other. As long as I know I'm applying myself right and training day in, day out, I'll get my chance, and then it's just about keeping your shirt. So I want to say it's difficult, but it's not, because obviously we're a team and we all want to win, but obviously you want to play at the end of the day as well. But it's just about making sure you give the gaffer a reason to pick you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it's been tough, but it's been good. It's been healthy. Yeah.
How much did that performance at Bradford mean to you personally? Yeah. In terms of outstanding that day, obviously everybody were crowing about you afterwards, but what did that particularly everything that you've been through and that thing, how much did that mean?
It meant a lot. Yeah. I think, I won't say it's a changing point, but obviously it helped me confidence-wise, and it was it was a derby. We won, played a big part in it. It was a great feeling. Just need to make sure I just need to get more of them. Make sure I'm getting more of them, and consistently doing that for the team. But that Bradford game, it probably changed in terms of how I felt, like the confidence boost, all that kind of stuff, which is obviously it's going to help you.
It's massive, isn't it? That confidence side of things, I think, again, probably something that's not quite touched on enough in terms of how important that can be in driving your football.
Yeah, it is, and like I said, I wouldn't say I'm a confidence player, but when you get that confidence boost, it's massive for anyone, but obviously you got to give yourself the chance to kind of be like that through training, through trying to be the best day in, day out. So when it comes to the match day, you can perform how you can perform, kind of thing. But it is big. Confidence is big.
Yeah. How annoying is the question that you get repeatedly asked? What would it like to play with Jude Bellingham?
Yeah. I spent a lot of time with Jude. Yeah. Through Blues, we trained up a lot together with like the 23s when we were scholars. Obviously, he was a year below me, but we trained up a lot together. We went on him and another lads went on a tour together for a week. So we spent a lot of time together, and obviously, things he's doing now, hats off to him. It's amazing, really. But it was good. Yeah, it was good.
But that is a question that keeps coming up to you. With so many interviews and somebody will bring that up. But obviously, you're going to be intertwined with him for a long time.
A long time, yeah.
Could you see back then how good he was?
Yeah, he was good. He was a good player. I'd probably say not he's changed how he played, but he's different. He's added to his game the way he plays now. Yeah. But you could always see that he was a good player. He was a good player.
In terms of from here for you for the rest of the season, what are you hoping for?
In terms of the football side,
everything.
Continue to perform week in, week out. Make sure I'm available for every game, and affect and impact the team in the best way possible. You know, I like to think I can get to double figures in goals and assists. But yeah, to do that, I've got to be available for every game. So that's most important. Just keep enjoying it. I think that's the main thing.
You've shown over the time that you've been with Doncaster, but in particular, even that period just before as well, that kind of determination that you kind of need to succeed. Where does that come from? I know we touched upon your family and things like that, but is that something you've always had? Do you think, anyway?
Yeah, I think I've always had that, and I've always wanted to play football and wanted to play well, perform. But I think what helped that was being in like academy from young, and the discipline and the commitment and the determination. You know, from 9 years old, training 3-4 times a week, and then obviously getting to Scholar in every day. Just that whole time, it's just helped me a lot. Which is, you know, I think it's massive, really. Just carrying on wanting to do it, which I do. So, yeah.
The question that I end these interviews with is, when time comes and you hang up your boots and all that, or people are looking back on your career, how would you like people to describe you as a footballer, or even what your career, from your career? How would you like people to talk about you when
I'd like people to talk about me as an effective player, direct, can score, can assist consistently, can change the game, and hopefully a few medals under my belt. That's the plan. So yeah, I'd say that, I think.
Yeah, that's what we're all after.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Appreciate that, Kyle. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.